MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. I wanted to put out a video, I never got the chance to. It's to do with the UFC's flyweight division. Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson, pound for pound number 2 in the sport, is defending his title this month, April 23rd, on the John Jones card. He truly is, number 2 pound for pound in the world. This guy has wiped out his division so much so that the UFC is putting on an Ultimate Fighter reality show. And they're going to get, I think, 16 fighters at 125. And the winner of that Ultimate Fighter reality show is going to fight Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson for the title. Kind of crazy. I don't really like it. I guess I understand the UFC where they're coming from because, that division makes no buzz. The pay-per-view generating, like when Mighty Mouse is defending his title and he ends up being the main event because someone pulls out, like John Jones at UFC 178. The numbers aren't as good when Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson, is on pay-per-view, and it's not his fault. It's the 125 division. Nobody's interested in that division. So the UFC, I'm guessing, they want to put out this TV show, this reality show, banking on one or two, fighters, make a buzz, wipe out the house, no problem, and so you get people that were fans of the show that'll tune in and buy the pay-per-view when he fights Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. That is assuming Mighty Mouse gets past Henry Cejudo next Saturday. So Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling, best in the world. He was the best in the world in a 4-year span because the Olympics is only every 4 years, and Henry Cejudo won gold, and he was only 21 years old when he won. So I think Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson is definitely going to have his hands full. I think people are sleeping on Henry Cejudo, but that's here nor there. I still am predicting, I think, Mighty Mouse Johnson to win this fight. I definitely want to go watch more fights of Cejudo and Johnson. But regardless of that, it's kind of stupid. It is stupid. The UFC is making the winner of the Ultimate Fighter show fight for the title against Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. Now, Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson was recently on Submission Radio, and he basically said that he doesn't want to wait. I'm not sure when the show starts, but obviously, he's going to fight in April this month, and then he wants to fight in September. He normally fights April, September, basically. Okay, that's what the pattern he's on so far lately. Whatever. Now, Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson, he wants to beat Henry Cejudo. If he gets past Cejudo, then he wants to fight another contender. And then he said in September, the contender in September, not the winner of the Ultimate Fighter show. This is what Mighty Mouse Johnson said. Now, after September, if he gets past that opponent, then he said, I'm guessing the show ends in November-ish. I think. Maybe I'm wrong, because Mighty Mouse Johnson said, this will give the fighter December off, January, and then February we can fight. Johnson fighting the Ultimate Fighter winner. So, it's looking like, it doesn't mean that, because Mighty Mouse Johnson, as much as he's a great fighter, I don't think his word has much clout. His word doesn't hold much water with the UFC because his numbers don't back it up. He can't be demanding things. But at the same time, he can just say, no, I'm not fighting. And then what is the UFC going to do? They're not going to strip him of the belt, that's for sure. Of course not. So I don't know. I mean, I'm in no rush to see this fight because the guy's gonna get smoked by Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson. He's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. I can understand if he was just like a champion that just came out of nowhere, and hadn't been dominating for the past 3 years. Um, I mean, the guy's got 7 title defenses. It's like he's tied, I think, for third or fourth most in UFC history, fourth most or whatever. He wins this month, and he's got 8, tied with John Jones. I mean, it's crazy. So anyway, let me know what you guys think here, and I'm really curious on what you think of Cejudo and Mighty Mouse Johnson. What you think of Mighty Mouse Johnson possibly facing the Ultimate Fighter winner, or is going to face the Ultimate Fighter winner. And do you like the idea of Johnson, if he gets past Cejudo, fights in September against another contender, and then in February he has a quick turnaround and fights the Ultimate Fighter winner? Yeah, I mean, if Mighty Mouse Johnson can get past Cejudo, fight another contender, and then and have a quick turnaround and fight in February against the Ultimate Fighter winner, and win all 3 of those fights, I mean, holy shit. Then you're looking at 9 title defenses plus the Ultimate Fighter defense, which I don't know how much that's going to really count towards his legacy, but 9, boom, that's what GSP has. That's GSP's. And now I know, obviously, the level of competition, is not as good, of course, as GSP's level of competition was. But Mighty Mouse Johnson, regardless, has beat everyone they've put in front of him. And the solid fighters like Benavidez and Dodson, he's beat twice. And this guy actually had a close enough fight with the bantamweight champion, the 135-pound champion, who's about 5 inches taller than Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse 5'3". Mighty Mouse is 5'3". Dominic Cruz, who's the champ at 135, is 5'8", and they had a close fight. But that was before the 125 division existed. So Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson couldn't, unless he wanted to fight somewhere else. I know there wasn't lower divisions elsewhere, but he had to fight at 135. So as soon as he's went down to fighting guys his size, he hasn't lost. He hasn't lost. So, I mean, the guy is for real. And yeah, but he's got a good test with Henry Cejudo, so I can't wait for that. I'll be putting out a prediction video, that the fight during the fight week sometime, leading up to that fight. So anyway, stay tuned for that. If you like the video, subscribe. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.